So we are bringing on our next guest, and her name is Erica Ford. She is an activist in New York, and she's a human rights activist, renowned and anti-violence leader. And in addition to that, she has an amazing natural afro. So after
Come
you rock
on,
that
Afro.
afro, girl.
Yes.
So she has a book she wants to tell us about. It came out last week, and it's called The Peace Doctor's Playbook, and she has it behind her. Can you put it like close to the camera so there's a copy? Right there. I love it. Okay, and it's you on the top of a mountain because I see that afro even in the silhouette.
Right, that's right, that's right.
So welcome to Black Office Matter TV.
Peace, Queens. How are y'all this lovely day?
Doing wonderful. And Erica
Wonderful.
was
Thank you for
referred
joining us
to,
tonight.
yeah,
Thank
she
you
was
for
referred to
having
us by Doris Allen, who's been on the show a couple of times.
me. Yeah.
And, Doris is just all about books and supports authors.
She's
And
oh, thank you, Doris.
yeah, she is amazing. So first, tell us a little bit about your background. It sounds like you've done a lot of things and made a lot of impact in your community.
Yes. So the reason why the book was launched on December 12th, because that was the 37th anniversary of my engagement in this work. December 12th, 1987 is the day that I became conscious and started doing organizing around social justice, human rights, and bringing peace and justice to our community. The price of the book is $37. It's a dollar for every year that I've been dedicated to the work. That's where the price comes from. And so everything about the book has meaning. It's a journal book, and so the different days of the week, the quotes and the tools that are given are tools that I used on young people. I started an organization called Life Camp in 2002, and it is dedicated to eradicating gun violence as well as helping people heal from the trauma of violence. It is something that my entire adult life I've been dedicated to, and um, tomorrow is the last day of Peace Week. We're in Peace Week, and that is something that I helped give birth to. I helped give birth to something called the New York City Crisis Management System, which is the system that New York City uses to reduce gun violence. I am like the mother of the gun violence movement, from the streets of Southeast Queens to the White House. I've helped lift up systems and lift up individuals to help make peace a lifestyle. And so understanding that violence is a disease, helping people look at it just like when you go to the hospital. You go into the emergency room and they put you into the right room for care. They connect you to the right doctor for the care that you need or take further tests, et cetera, et cetera. That is what I've been doing for the last 37 years, across the nation, across the world, actually. But I'm just a humble servant.
So are you New York born and bred?
I was born in California. And
Oh,
my mother, after my father died in the Vietnam War, moved here because, she's from Panama. And so a lot of her Panamanian sisters and brothers were here in New York. And so she came here to have support. And so we've
okay.
been here ever since. And I was like two when my father died, 2 or 3 years old.
Okay. So basically you're a New Yorker.
Basically in New
Yeah,
York.
Rhonda and I were there for the Harlem Book Fair in September.
Yes.
Ah, straight ahead.
Yeah, and we
Yeah, we
we
had a
Y'all,
good time
y'all
there until it
back.
rained on us.
yeah,
Oh,
we got
yeah.
rained out, but it was going well until the rain until a big gust of wind. This is how I describe it to people. We had our tents and it was almost like a movie. A big gust of wind just like came through and lifted 6 or 7 tents off of the
Yes.
ground, and
Yeah.
they went like 50 feet over. And
I,
then
I
a
remember
minute later, it poured, like the rain just poured down.
after they took the tents off of your top, right?
Yeah.
And that is why we look. And so I just opened up to a page, and the page says, adopt the mentality that challenges are happening for you, not to you. See? So
Okay.
the New York wind wanted to bring the rain to wash away some poison that was spreading around you. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted to clean it up so that when you left New York, you was right on, right? So that's what.
We were wet, but
Yeah.
but I was prepared. I packed my raincoat, my rain jacket, because I had been looking at the weather the whole time, like the week leading up to our trip. And
Right.
it was sunny every day, except that day it showed 50% chance of rain. So I said, let me pack my
Yeah.
rain.
Well, we knew it was going to rain, but we thought it was going to be a little
Right.
sprinkle because
Yes.
it sprinkled for a little while and then it stopped. We just
Yeah.
weren't ready for that hurricane.
Downpour. The downpour with the wind. We weren't ready. But you do what you have to do.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's what Black Queens, that's what we do.
You
That's
have
what
to do.
we do.
And we made it work. And people were very nice.
Yes,
They were
yes.
very nice. And I actually met someone that I grew up with that just happened to be in New York that day. That I
That,
grew up with in Newport News, Virginia. That's how small a world it is. And she
yeah. And
walked by our tent, and I recognized her face. You know how some people, if we don't change a lot, our faces. When I
right.
say we, I mean the
Yeah.
melanin, and so our basic face stays the same. So
Yes.
I recognized her, even though I hadn't seen her since we were in high school, and it was just funny the way that happened. So tell us a little bit more about your book and what was your goal, your objective when you sat down and said, I wanted to do this playbook?
Last year I almost died. And after almost dying and getting a second chance on life, right? Or a new breath of oxygen, literally, I said that I have to be intentional, right? I think that it's important to be intentional, and it's also important to share your wisdom, right? And so I couldn't move around the way that I would want to move around normally, right? I would just go, 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 which is how I got sick in the first place. And and I always, wanted to create, but I would I'm sure, both of you queens know that a lot of times people who want to write books talk about it more than they actually do it.
That's
And
not true. I'm just kidding. That's
and
very true.
And I was challenged by this brother that I know to like you got to have the tool, you got to do it, you got to do it, and so I sat down and I took this is going to be the first of several books. I I put the tools that I used to give to young people through the journey in the book because I wanted to create a way to help people win their own personal championship. Like I'm a sports person. I love sports. And I love sports as a relief, right? I go to football games and basketball games as a place where you can scream and yell and have fun and nobody's looking at you, nobody's judging. You're just, in the wind, right? And sometimes literally. But so I put it together and I just opened up another page and it says, the greatness within you is divinely unshakable. No earthly force can destroy it. Prosperity is knocking. Step aside and let it in. Stay focused, never give up. Always believe in your power to achieve, right? And the intentionality of this is sometimes we get in our own way, right? And so happened, I just finished saying how I kept getting in my own way and not writing the book. And so I wanted to complete Like my most important thing was to complete it. And so people were like, no, you gotta wait 6 months and you gotta put it on pre-order so that people could order it. And then you become a bestseller and da 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 da. I'm like, yo, that's not my purpose. My purpose is we're going into a year of uncertainty. We're going into the people were in a state of fear after the election. They were in a state of hopelessness. And so I'm like, we got to get it out. We got to get it out and we got to get it out right now. Right. And so, we made it happen. And so now I'm a publisher and an author. Right.
Okay.
And never, I just love the fact that I'm a publisher and an author. And the fact that I can get this to brothers and sisters incarcerated or residents inside of facilities where they wasn't their home, to people in schools, to mothers in their house, to people who run organizations, and to people who are part of organizations. Because a lot of times, we can't wake up on Monday and think that Monday is just going to be Monday. We have to be intentional about all the 24
Absolutely.
hours in our days and all of the things and people who we bring into our cipher. And so that's the purpose of this. This is why I did this, so that I can begin to share my wisdom that I learned for the last 37 years.
Well, that's wonderful.
So,
And you are right about being intentional about what you were going to do. Rhonda and I are both authors, and I had a book that I had been researching and taking notes on, and it's probably been 10 years with me saying I'm going to do this topic. This is the topic I really want to explore. And I kept doing the notes. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm not even sure what happened to make me pull the trigger on it, but it will be out this year. And Rhonda's going to be doing my copy editing. And so I'm not going to do the title yet because I want to get it at least half written before I do that. But it's going to be something that people need to know. Because as you said, we can keep our thoughts and ideas and think, well, we got plenty of time. And we don't know. We don't know how much time. And our books outlive us. So, we need to get information in people's hands so they can use it going forward for generations.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Would you consider your book, because as I'm listening to the pieces that you are reading to us, it almost sounds like a devotional, but not exactly. More like, do you have like inspirational phrases for each day of the year?
Each week.
Or each week of the year?
So it's each week, right? So it starts off, right, with that, and then it goes into setting your goals for the week that align with.
Okay, love that. So it's like a workbook as well.
Correct. And then so it has professional goals for the week, health goals for the week, personal goals for the week, love goals for the week,
I might need that book.
Goals for the week, family goals for the week. And then on the bottom, right? Because a lot of times, once again, we write the goals down, but did we start to deal with the goal? Did we complete to deal with the goal? Are we continuing to deal with the goal? Are we stuck with the goal? Did we cancel that goal, right? Because this way, every week, you're going to see where you are. And if you stuck for like 12 weeks, then we need to evaluate, right?
I love that. This book also helps you with accountability and if you start to procrastinate, it sounds like it's giving you the tools to overcome that procrastination.
Correct. And you have a QR code that you scan so you become part of a community, right? And so we're doing it together. So every Sunday I'm on IG or Facebook Live, and I'm walking through the week and I'm talking to folks and having it. And then in the community, we're setting up where people can work together, where, you can ask me questions. I can help you, or I can connect you to somebody with that particular goal to help you achieve that goal at a higher rate, right? Just because I've been in the field for so long, I'm connected to a lot of different people. And so different people have agreed to help people, whether it's doing financial education classes, right? Or helping somebody might be losing their house, right? And we might know lawyers in different places, or they're stuck on how to deal with their son in school. They keep, failing a test or having bullying problem, or, they're different things, right? That in this thing called life, right? And so
Right.
how do we walk through this journey together? Because you need an accountability partner, right? And so the book is and the team is one accountability partner, but we each week are asking you who's your accountability partner, because we want you to connect to someone intentionally that's walking through the year with you, right? And so everybody in your cipher should be adding value, right? An asset to your life, not a liability. And you're looking at
Yes.
adding to their life and how. And so yes.
Yeah. I've got to tell you the great things that the social book club is saying about you. So um right here it says Rhonda Lawson, she's for me local in Queens, New York. The social book club is in New York as well. Said her aura from this live is the same energy she had when she met you at an event, which I'm gonna tell you about in a second. She said, I met her once and she's very positive from what I saw and heard. So it sounds like you walk the walk and you talk the talk.
Yes. Well, you know, I am a very honest person. I speak my what and so politicians and police might have a different opinion, right? An individual that is not of righteousness might have a different opinion, but even that, like Deepak Chopra coins me the angry peacemaker, right?
Oh,
And the reason why is because which is like you see my hands out. When I was in elementary school, I used to get in trouble in class for talking too much in the third grade, all up, right?
Well, yeah, so did I.
And you and we talk for a living now, right? So they didn't know
Yeah, that's all.
they,
It was helpful. We just
they,
didn't have to channel it somewhere.
they
yes.
didn't know how to cultivate our greatness. But what they used to do was have me stand with my arms out like this, right? Which is one of the reasons why the book cover. And if I dropped it, they would hit me with a ruler, right? And so I was getting corporal punishment for what I thought was expressing myself, right? And so, and I was already angry, my father died in a war that we didn't have to have, and just all of it. And then I had to fight. Why am I fighting to get young people access to quality education, quality health, not get beat up by the police? Why do I have to fight? Like everything was a fight, fight, fight.
Right, right.
And so it brings on when you're fighting all the time, one, your body doesn't know whether you're really fighting or not. And that's what happened in terms of illness for me. My eosinophils started to come at a large number, right? Which is your white blood cells. And it took over my body. And it started to fight me, which, you know, then depleted my whole nervous system. And I say that to say is that I had to look at how I showed up in the world, right? I can't be angry. I can't
Mhm.
fight for things that I can't control because I can't die to quote save and help or do something for some, like that's not the objective. And so the book is also my own playbook, right? To go back to what I was teaching the young people, because all of these are texts that I used to send to young people every day, and help apply it intentionally in 2025 so that I know I'm not going back to a lifestyle that I used to live. But I am who I am. I'm never three different people, right? When you see me, it's me. Home,
Yes.
in the club, at the football game, wherever you see me, with the politicians, with the police, I am who I am. And that's one of the things in here. I think that's the word that's this week. Number 3 is your word is your bond, right? Be true to
Yes.
yourself.
Yes, I agree with you. And integrity is It's really everything.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sorry that the response for you talking was punishment, because although my homeroom teacher did give me, I think she gave me a F, or it wasn't like a academic F. It was in conduct. But what she did was she would always put me in a position where I could use my talking.
Oh, yeah.
So she would have me doing plays, or she would have me.
Right.
I did a lot of writing, and I did essays where I recited them to the class. She
Right.
had me channel my talking into
Oh, she was
something.
good. She was
She was
Yeah, and
excellent. She was
I like that
excellent.
when you find when you
Mhm.
find what some people might see as a weakness and you refocus that and
yeah,
make it a strength, you never know what you can do for that child.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, she did put
They,
a note in my report card though to my parents.
yeah, but they used to make us write the Bible, which is one of the reasons that turns me off of the Bible, because it was a punishment. And so,
Mm.
we used to have to write the Bible all the time.
Did you
And
go to Catholic school?
of course,
Okay, because I know they didn't do that in the
no,
well, not where I was in the public
no,
schools.
they didn't.
Uh,
They didn't do it
mhm.
anywhere where we were. And
Yeah,
and my
we did
mother
recite
thought,
the Lord's Prayer, but that was we didn't study the Bible in
right,
school. Mhm.
right, yeah, they
Oh,
did.
my daughter went to a Catholic school, so they had to go to mass. That was like part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my daughter, she didn't go to Catholic. She went to private Christian. So it was part of their curriculum too. But I was in public
Mm.
school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
yeah.
used to get
But,
tortured. Now,
Oh,
as an adult, I know that it was corporal punishment.
well, there's a lot of people in the chat who seem to be in that same club of talking too much when they were in the third and fourth grade.
no, I would not
Having to
talk in
write, I
class.
will be quiet 100 times, or I will
Yeah.
not talk in class 500 times.
Yes, yes, yes. I used to have to write all of that. Yes, yes,
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, a lot of us had that experience. That's better than having to hold your arms out and being hit with the
yes. A ruler.
ruler. That's
Right.
writing is better. But yeah, it's all kinds of ways. Teachers, I don't know what they do now. Because it seems like, well, anyway, I don't want to open that can of worms. So let me
You know,
uh,
but
what have you been doing with your book? And in terms of like getting it out there, have you been doing book signings or book events, or what have you been doing with your book?
yes, yes. We have a book signing tomorrow at York College, which I'm an alumni
Nice.
of in Queens,
Okay.
with Queen Afua, who is a wellness warrior. She will
Mhm.
be at the book signing. We're doing a fireside conversation. Um, I have locked in Barnes and Nobles to do a book signing on Fifth Avenue here in New York in March for Women's History Month.
Okay.
And I look to do, because of my work, I'm going to be doing book signings with some of the different violence intervention folks from around the nation, and some of the churches that I've been working in. We did New Birth, Pastor Jamal Bryant's church in Atlanta,
Okay.
Georgia. And then one of my young people and I'm doing that intentionally. One of my young people, because that's what I went to Atlanta for. One of my young people who is the reason why a lot of the quotes took place, right? And a lot of the gray hairs take place. He's now a business owner. And so I went to do a book signing at his store to show the transition, to show that the stuff works, and what we pour in, and to pour back into him and continue to work with those who are the success stories in the work that I've been doing for the last 37 years.
Okay. What was the bookstore in Atlanta?
It was a church bookstore.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It
Because
was
we've
that,
had some of the bookstore owners on the show that
you
were
know,
Yeah.
in
I'm
Atlanta.
coming back to do the actual bookstore in Atlanta. And they're my team is coordinating. So if we can partner with folks on your the live, they can go to ericaford.org, and I would love to come to the bookstores in the different cities, especially where the community violence intervention groups are on the ground. and help connect folks and build that continue to build the ecosystem, because we all work with young people. They all need to expand their horizon, expand their worldview, go into those bookstores, read books, meet new authors. And authors also need to connect with the folks on the ground doing the work, right? So that we can stay in the cycle of building our community up, building our economic wealth up, and just educating our community, our children, so that we could do, get free from this beautiful. I won't say anything else.
You didn't have to. You didn't have to.
Okay. Well, we
It's
want
just
people.
a day away.
We want people to support your book, and congratulations on the Peace Doctors Playbook, Erica. And thank you for all of the work that you're doing and your commitment, your passion, and your tireless efforts. But be sure to take care of yourself, because guess what? If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others.
Fact. That you are
So
1,000%,
very
1,000.
important.
I definitely am. I definitely am.
Yeah.
Intentionally, right? Intentionally, I am.
Yeah.
So, ericaford.org, folks
Okay.
can get the book, folks can sign up to bring us out and do a book signing in your community. If you're in New York, tomorrow we're at York College in Queens, 94-20 Guy Arburo Boulevard. And come out, show love, and let's continue growing. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being a guest on Black Authors Matter TV.
Yes,
And if you see Doris before I do, tell her I said hello.
I will. I will.
She's
I'll
my
get.
girl. So, all right. Take care and have a great evening.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye
God bless.
bye.
Bye-bye.